Senator Guinta, when the Obama administration quoted the CBO figures showing cost savings from the Affordable Care Act for the next 10 years, Republicans lambasted the CBO as being totally inaccurate. This week you sent out a mailing that says, according to the nonpartisan CBO, Medicare will go bankrupt by 2021. The Ryan bill that you voted for would eliminate the guarantee of medical care for seniors in America by replacing Medicare with vouchers that seniors would use to pay big insurance companies. Also, according to the CBO, the vouchers won't be nearly enough to pay for their care, which you have told us tonight they would be. In fact, by 2030, the CBO estimates the average senior would be paying big insurance companies more than $20,000 each year out of their own pockets. If they can't afford it, they won't get the care. My question is the CBO correct and reliable, or only the parts that you decide to pick and choose correct?
Well, I think what you're referencing about, I think you said Republicans blasting the president. I think that's a term you used.
The CBO.
Well, it wasn't the CBO number, it was the scoring methodology. Here's the way the CBO works. CBO is a nonpartisan entity, Congressional Budget Office. The CBO will score whatever you ask it to score. It doesn't matter what party affiliation you are, but they will score what you ask it to score. So if you ask the CBO to score your net worth, but you say exclude my mortgage and my car payment, you get a very different number than if you ask them to score your net worth with your mortgage and car payment in. What was provided to the and they have to score what is proposed, what is given to them. There were figures that were provided to them that were not accurate, that were not correct. That was the complaint that was made about the scoring methodology. I think the CBO does a pretty good job of scoring. It doesn't matter whether I like or dislike the answer or outcome, but what I ask is that if you're going to ask, if a member of Congress or the President of the United States is going to ask the CBO to score a piece of legislation, that they provide all the relevant information.
Right.
That, I think, is critical because the country deserves to know the truth. The country deserves the facts. And I think most people in this country are, quite frankly, frustrated with the fact of how Washington operates. And that's part of the fundamental problem. Providing information to a particular scoring entity to get a predictable outcome is wrong. And what we need is less of the partisanship and more leadership and more willingness to say, let's try to find solutions, let's try to find ideas. Look, this won't be the first idea or proposal on how to save Medicare and Medicaid, but I'm glad that there are proposals on the table. And I hope that there are more proposals that come on the table. And it doesn't matter to me whether it's Paul Ryan or Barney Frank. What I want to see is proposals. What I want to see is this country moving in the right direction, having results, because you deserve it. Every American deserves it. Every American deserves the best government it can possibly elect. And you know what? America's not getting that right now. And that frustrates me as a citizen. It frustrates me as a 4-month member of the institution. And it frustrates me as a father and as a husband. So what I try to do is work with, again, anyone in Washington who's willing to try to honestly solve these problems. The fact is that if we don't do something, Medicare, Medicaid, they're going to go bankrupt. And I don't think anybody wants to see that. I don't want to see it. I don't think any current recipient wants to see it. And I don't think anybody in this room wants to see that. So let's solve the problem, and let's try to do it in a constructive, civil way. And I think, I'm an optimist, I think we can do it. I think this Congress can do it. Despite maybe the different ideological positions that people hold, I think we can do it. And I think we can do it because the country is demanding it, and the country is expecting it. And slowly but surely, more and more people in Washington are starting to get that.
Excellent.